Hi, I'm Stuart from Australian Clutch. Today I'm going to introduce the Dual-Mass Flywheel testing tool. What this tool does is it allows us to check dual-mass flywheel for its suitability for reuse. It checks two main parameters on the flywheel to see if it can be used when just replacing a clutch kit rather than replacing a whole flywheel and clutch kit together. The two parameters are the angular rotational free play, which tells us how compressed and how worn the springs are inside the flywheel. The other thing it checks is the axial rock of the friction face, which tells us how worn the centre bearing or bush is in the flywheel. So what I'm going to do is just show you how to set this up on a vehicle and test a flywheel. With the dual-mass flywheel still mounted on the back of the crank, install the flywheel locking tabs using bell housing bolt and the universal spacers supplied. This will lock the ring gear and crank in place for testing. Screw in the correct threaded posts into two opposite pressure plate bolt holes and tighten. Next, install the slotted bar on the posts. Ensure the degree gauge is centered to the flywheel and tighten the nuts. With the tool installed, the first test will be to check the rock specification of the flywheel friction face. This specification gives an allowable tolerance on how much off-axis rock there is, and it indicates how worn the centre bush or bearing is. Set up the dial indicator off the engine block and place the tip on top of one of the threaded posts. With finger pressure, push the handle towards the engine and set the dial indicator to 0. Then pull the handle away from the engine and take a measurement of the amount of rock. The second test is to check the angular rotation of the flywheel. This specification gives an indication of how worn and compressed the inner springs inside the flywheel are. First, set up the locking bar in the teeth of the flywheel and into the degree gauge. Apply pressure to the handle to rotate the secondary mass in an anti-clockwise direction. The flywheel will rotate until you feel spring pressure. Take the pressure off and allow the flywheel to return. At this point, zero the degree gauge. Rotate the flywheel in a clockwise direction until you feel the spring pressure and allow it to return. Check and record the number of degrees of rotation. With the rock and angular rotation specifications measured, check the allowable specifications per part number in the data book supplied.